Good morning, my name is Jesse Colson and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to do a little short video on walking onions and how we process them and what we do with them. Got a couple we got to replant. We're going to expand our bed down just a little bit, so getting that taken care of. And then we're going to harvest a bunch of them and dry them out. Bring you along with us for the journey. Everything that we're going to transplant, we're not going to harvest anything off of them. So all these through here that are really big, good clusters, we're just going to dig out a couple clusters and we'll separate them out. Anything that we take to plant over there will just be left alone until it gets going really good, and then we'll worry about harvesting them. But we want to let the roots get sat before we harvest. That way the plant isn't worrying about trying to put more greens on and trying to get the roots established or any of that. So in this bed, we're just gonna dig our rows. Just like we did the other time. I think we can get 4 full rows in here.
I think we can just barely get 4.
Yeah, we'll get 4. Just right. Just what I was hoping for.
Just what you wanted.
Alright, so these big ones here, we're going to leave them. Sorry, camera's a little crooked there. We'll leave them there. We're going to concentrate on these over here.
There's a huge wad over here.
So, I'm just going to go back here, dig down under that.
I remember doing that when I was here. Remember that, Dad?
Yep. I'm just going to start with this big bunch back here. That big old root system on all those. So we'll use those to start right there. See how many that gets us, and then we'll worry about digging up more if we need to. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Okay. So for anybody that hasn't seen our last video, I'll show how we separate out a couple of these. If you grab a hold of a cluster and you start pulling, you'll pull out huge wads of them. You get some spots like this that won't come apart. So just take and shake them. Try to shake some of the dirt out. Loosens them up a little bit more. Then, most of the time they just come apart. So then when you get ones like this, I hope I had that on camera. I might have been down below the camera. I'll show it again. So when you get ones like this, you have the paper. You split that paper and separate them out just like that. Then we're gonna go clear back here to the back of the bed. We'll just set them in. All I do, I'll go a little bit deeper than what I've dug, just to get that root system in there. I lay them about 6 inches apart. That gives you enough room to expand. So like these, those right there is that's the top of the seed head. Since that one fell off, we'll take it in and dry it out. But those seed heads, I'll show you on another one. They'll actually start growing baby onions off of them, and then you can take those baby onions and plant them out through the bed.
Oh, you need to put it right here, Dad. I put it right there.
Thanks, Bailey.
You're welcome.
All right, so now that I've got those laid in there like that, I'm just gonna take this pile of dirt. Bailey, please. I'll push this pile of dirt right back over top of those bulbs. Then, stand those onions up. Just pack them in a little. Just like that.
Mom, I should try one of these.
We're just gonna keep going down through and getting these done. We'll catch up with you after we get them done. Okay, so Maya's gonna show what we do when we cut these. All we're doing, we leave so much on each plant because they'll continue to grow. So you leave about an inch or so on each plant, and then you leave at least one full green, plus any of the seed heads, you leave those on there. And like I said, anything that we transplanted won't get cut. So she's just gonna keep going, cut a whole bunch. Okay, so gone through, thinned them out. Got a pretty good little bowl of them. So we'll go in the house and get them all cleaned up, cut them up, and get them drying. All right, so we're back in the house. Got our bowl of green onions. Pretty much all we do when we're cleaning them, I just take handfuls of them, rinse them. Let's go the opposite direction here. Rinse them in this side of the sink. And as I'm rinsing them, take my scissors. Any of the spots that have that brown, I just nip that off. All the rest of that's perfectly good to dry. Have good flavor. Just get all those nipped. If they don't have any brown on them, I don't even have to worry about doing anything with them. That little bit of brown I ain't even worry about. Try to rinse them off, just get dirt off of them is really all I'm concerned about. Thought I'd show the other thing we've done in the past. Fill the sink up, and you can kind of move everything around. You can already see all the dirt that's floating around in there. Part of why I just kind of rinse each of them off as I'm going. You get all that dirt in there, and then it's kind of hard to make sure each of them are clean. So that's why I don't do it that way. So I'll pull all these up, drain that off. Just thought I'd show that. You know, that's the amount of dirt that gets into those. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so after everything is washed, just take our scissors again. Pretty much just cut these up into, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch size pieces. What I'm using is a window screen, so it's got a metal frame and it's a metal screen. So that's what we use to dry them. Then we'll put them in the oven, turn the oven on to lowest it'll go, and we'll let them sit in the oven until they're dry. It takes maybe an hour, sometimes 2 hours. It doesn't take too long, but that's how we dry them. Works super good. So I'll just take big, huge clumps of them, start slicing through. Even if your pieces are kind of bigger, it's alright. Some of these big ones are, you get some good sized chunks off of them, but you can do this with green onions, regular onions. Don't matter, you just got to cut the tops off. It's the exact same process. You get a couple people doing this, you can actually chew through them pretty fast. We leave them on here pretty thick. You don't have to make thin layers or anything. You get too big of pieces, I just come back and cut them. Chunks like that are a little on the big side. Nip them up. We'll get this whole tray covered. And probably take me 2 trays to do all of them. This is how we do our herbs, anything that we grow and dry. You can do it the same process, just like this. Seems like we can never collect enough of these throughout the summer to get all the way through winter. We use them in everything. Put them on eggs, put them on soups, crush them up. Use mortar and pestle, smash them up into a powder. Literally everything. We use a lot of them. Through the summer, we cut them up, use them on salads and different stuff, so kind of endless possibilities of what you can use them on. These Egyptian walking onions grow pretty fast. We'll burn through these, and even the little flower heads, the real thick stems, you can do the same thing. Cut them up, dry them out, just the same. pretty good on that one. I think we've got probably enough in there to fill up the whole other one. We'll get this other tray done and catch back up with you. Alright, so got the rest of those cut up. Get them spread out on the tray. About like that. So now, I've got 2 full trays. Sorry, lighting in here is not the best. I've got 2 full trays. They're all cut pretty consistently to the same size, but little variations, alright.
Yeah.
So now what we'll do is we'll go all the way down as low as she'll go. I think it's like 170, 175 is as low as this one will go. Yep, 170. So go down to 170, and then I'm gonna just take these trays. Sorry, I'm gonna set it in the other way there. And set them in each of the racks. Spread those ones back out just a touch there. So once we get them in the oven, just take a big soup spoon and just put it in the door like that. That way it holds the door open about 2 inches, 1.5 inches. That way all the moisture that comes off of them will just come out of the oven. Running at 170 degrees is about the temperature of a dehydrator. So it'll dry them out, make them really good. Once they're all dry, we'll catch up with you, show you the end product and how we jar them up. And then hopefully down the road we'll do some cooking videos, kind of show you what we use them in or whatever. But anyway, catch back up with you in a bit. So a little update, about an hour and a half in, I think, something like that. They're about halfway dry. Pretty shriveled up looking. So both pans, or both screens, about halfway done. So what we'll do is this screen down here on the bottom, take it out. I just rotate them. Slip that one back in. And that one up on the top. And we'll go back to letting them finish drying. Alright, this is the final product. Both trays, nice and dry, nice and flaky. We're gonna get them pulled out and get them jarred up. Get them all on one screen like that. And we usually just use big mason jar. Just a little here. Okay. And I just take handfuls of them. Start filling that jar up. So that's a pint jar. One of the bigger ones anyway. And it's 3/4 of the way full. And we'll take, and next batch we do, we'll kind of crunch these ones down just a little bit. We usually leave the lid off of it for the first night, or at least leave it loose for the first night, And then after that, we'll put the lid on it tight. And that's what we got. I don't know how many jars. We're going to try to get as many jars as we can throughout the summer. That way we have a bunch to eat throughout winter, but that's what we get. So when we use them, we'll just take some. Just going to show you. Just crush them pretty easy. Crush up. Makes some great flavoring. Put them in all kinds of stuff, so just like that. Make nice little flakes. Flavors up everything you put it in. That's a little look on how we process our Egyptian walking onions and what we do with them. I'd like to say thanks to everybody for coming along with us. If you enjoy what we do, please like and subscribe. And catch you on the next one.